BWG. BWG. BALD. WG.
All right, here we
do it.
go.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna.
Don't bring me anymore here, all right? Name that movie in the comments.
You don't know it, Andrew?
No.
What?
What did you say?
Don't bring me anymore here, all right?
No, it's don't bring me here anymore.
That's what I said.
No, you said
No,
don't bring
anyway.
me anymore here.
Oh,
you said
did
that
I? Oh, I
twice.
fucked it up. Oh.
Don't bring me here anymore, all right?
All right?
A read?
You don't know that, Andrew?
No. Really?
Volume
the
2
beginning.
with LeBron James.
No, he
I
did
know.
it the first one. No, I didn't even
says
see
it?
that one
Who says it?
at the beginning. At the,
One of the little Martians at that fucking Martian world where they have the
theme
shitty theme park in outer space.
What's it called?
He gets launched
Moron
at-
Mountain.
More-
Moron Mountain. The
yeah.
guys, the little sleazebag owner is in the video room watching like all the people not enjoy their time there, and then he zooms in on some kid talking to his parent. He's like, "Don't bring me here anymore." Or
Dirty.
yeah,
All right.
He's smoking that.
Learn something
gross
new.
cigar.
yeah, the big
Yeah.
fucking fat cigar. All right, so we're jumping in.
Head
Episode
first.
number. Does anyone know what episode number
34.
we're on? 34.
34.
34.
Episode number
Paul
34.
Pierce.
No,
Yes.
no,
What is it? What is his number?
32.
No.
I know.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
My
I
brain
was
just
seeing
got
if I could-
so confused.
I was gonna see if I could incept it into your brain.
Jesus.
Yeah, 34, Paul Pierce episode. So
The truth.
we're doing a little different setup, as you can see. We got Tom's J posted up here in the middle. We figure if we're gonna be doing these cheat sheets, giving you our little fucking rundown details on these countries, and Tom's gonna be a big part of it, then
Staple.
get his freaking beautiful face in on the mix.
Get his beard involved.
Get his beard involved. Tom, say something to the
Your
people.
thoughts?
Hi, everyone.
Say something else.
Don't bring me anymore.
He did it again. All right. This episode, as per usual, is brought to you by
Lizard Mill Hot Sauce. LizardMill.com.
you
Promo
want
code. Keep talking while I talk.
Spice. Go. Ready?
Yeah.
If you want to spice your life
promo
up,
code BWG10
and your wife just isn't doing it for you
10%
anymore,
off your
then
order.
you can
It's
go
the
to
best hot sauce,
lizardmill.com.
east and
promo
west of
code
Mississippi,
BWG10.
and number one in our heart.
10.
That was hard. I, feel like that was really
I got really confused.
Yeah, I feel like. Did you hear what he said?
Something about the wife.
Yeah,
good.
as per usual, go to lizardmill.com, promo code BWG10 to get yourself a little hot sauce.
Get some hot sauce when you live,
hot sauce.
baby. So where
It's
are
really
we
good.
today, fellas?
Where are we traveling today?
Yeah.
So today's cheat sheet is going to be on
Egypt.
Egypt. I didn't know we were
We
doing
got last
We didn't
episode
practice
down.
that
Yeah,
one.
we,
Yeah.
we forgot to give you a heads up.
Yeah, this week
Egypt.
we're doing Egypt. We're going to go over a little history. We're going to go over a little politics and culture. We're going to go over a little travel, a little
Travel guide.
destinations.
I'm excited to hear about the history and other stuff because I didn't do any type of Google searching for that when I was doing my.
Let me ask you this
Tourism
question.
guide.
So far, with the knowledge you have, where would you rather go, Egypt or Belgium?
Belgium.
What about you, Thom?
Egypt.
Belgium.
2 for Belgium,
You
1
know
for
why
Egypt.
though, right?
We'll see if it
Egypt?
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, pyramids.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm
This
going.
guy's addicted to the pyramids.
No, I want to go see how they're built. I want to go figure.
You're not
it
gonna
out.
find that out
Big
just by looking at
geometry
them.
guy.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna break through the
Did
You're
you
wall.
know
gonna be
that
the
if you're
one.
looking at the pyramids this way, it's like beautiful pyramids, desert, and then you turn around and it's like
It's
McDonald's.
a gross city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it in the pictures. It's horrible.
We'll throw some pictures up. Andrew will show a picture of the gross city behind.
Which pyramids are we talking about though?
I'm talking about the Giza.
the-
Wait. There's a name for it that. Hold on. There's a name for it that I had read it a couple times and I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? And it was the pyramids of Giza they were talking about.
Oh.
It's the Giza. Do you know what it is?
Oh, I fucking.
I don't know
saw-
exactly what you're talking about, but I know there's a couple names for those pyramids.
It's like the Giza fucking
the third wonder of the world.
Pantheon. No,
It is the third wonder of
I
the
think
world.
it starts with the R.
no, it's a P, I believe.
Oh.
Anyway, so we're gonna be
Anyhow.
going over Egypt. Tom's gonna do some.
Oh, I do know. It's the pharaohs. It's who's the pharaoh is, but I forgot his name now.
I don't think that's it.
I'm doing history, everybody.
I don't have any
and you
Wi-Fi.
already know it's all about the pyramids.
Let's get it started.
I got some fun facts.
I wanna
I
hear.
want to hear. I'm like,
Oh, what the name is?
yeah, I'm just like.
I don't
stuck
have
on
any
that now.
Wi-Fi out here.
We'll put it up here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh shit, that is it.
Tom, you're close. So it was neither starting with an R or P, but it did contain the letters.
Yes. I would say the P is probably the more prominent of the two letters.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a P is prominent in any word.
We're getting off.
Puh. Oh,
We're
whoa.
getting off.
Hey.
We're getting bleep that. We're getting off. We're getting off topic here.
All right.
All right. So Tom's gonna start you off with a little bit of history. There's quite a bit.
Yeah,
in
I
Egypt.
went to the. I went ancient. You know, just before CE, basically.
Before C?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ancient Egyptians
B.
were described as the most influential river valley civilizations.
Ooh.
More so than the Housatonic.
I think more so than the Housatonic.
And then
They had there was a lot of firsts in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
They did a lot of crazy stuff.
A lot of
that-
cherry popping.
I don't know what that means.
Firsts.
Oh yeah, Sorry, I got you now. All right.
They were doing a lot of cherry popping in,
slow over here.
ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Yes, they sure were.
Bleep that.
We'll leave that.
Bleep that. Clean that. All right.
Actually, now that you talk about the Nile was a huge part in their civilization being successful.
Yeah.
Prominent, successful. They created the first dam to protect their city because
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Ain't got nothing on the Hoover. All right. Continue. We're getting Tom way
Yeah,
off.
sorry,
topic.
Tom.
Yeah,
throwing you
I
off.
got ADD. It's all
We're all
over the
excited
place.
that you're on
Squirrel.
camera.
Yeah,
Normally you're
yeah,
not
me
right
too.
here.
Yeah,
so
normally I'm over
close.
there, far away. They created a 45-foot dam around their main city.
Which is what?
The first dam ever built.
No, what's the main city?
Cairo?
No.
It's not Cairo?
No.
At
it's
the
like-
time, what was it?
At the time, this is like we're talking 3000 BCE.
Is there a difference between BC and BCE?
BCE is the more political correct, I think, because BC really means before Christ.
Right. Before C.
Before. So that's
Okay.
just what everyone.
So it's the
uses
same
now.
thing as BC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing.
Was it Alexandria?
Boston
Or no?
College.
Okay.
Phoenix?
It literally, I might. Now I gotta look it up.
Harry Potter.
I can't
Harry
write
Potter.
everything down, otherwise I'll be like screwed in the amount of writing and reading I have to do. My
Chop,
ADD is
chop.
already horrible.
In the meantime, Andrew's going to tell you guys a story.
So there was once a man. He was not too happy with how things were going. He saw a bank. You know what he did? He gave the bank all the money that he had left. He moved out the city, way out. I think it was somewhere like Phoenix or something.
How much money did he give the bank?
Everything that he was worth, which was 1,000 euro.
Okay.
So he moved out to Phoenix. Long story short,
Sure.
he took his short off and he headed to the beach and lived out a happily life.
Woo! Bad story. All right, Don.
It had a happy
Did
ending.
we get it?
No, I didn't get there yet.
All right, just go back. Just go back to
Jesus
your
Christ.
notes.
We're gonna need a lot of cuts in this one.
Rocky Road.
All right. What the? Man,
Ice cream.
Oh.
I had ice cream last night.
All right, we gotta go on everything.
Yeah, we'll be working around.
Should we? All right.
All right.
Andrew's a wizard on the keys.
I jumped all over.
Pianist.
The Nile River,
Yep.
pianist.
Yeah.
The Nile River was the key to the Egyptian success.
Okay.
It gave them trade routes. It also made their agriculture very easy to do in a desert, which is, I know, tough to grow things in a desert. Who would have thunk?
It's quite hot there.
It's quite hot. The Nile floods every year, and what it does is when it floods, it brings silt and dirt into the lands and makes it very fertile to grow.
They found a way around that in Saudi Arabia recently. They dug, like, you know how you drill holes for oil? They
Yes.
did that for water and are bringing the water up from deep in Earth's
Crust.
fucking core
That's kind of cool.
to
Crust.
to be able to grow fucking
Plants.
plants and shit in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, continue.
So the Nile was a huge help to the ancient Egyptians. It gave them a lot of natural resources. It also gave them a trade route because the Nile flows from south to north.
The only river in the world, right?
I believe so. Didn't do any really like
I
research
think
on the Nile.
that sounds
I think
right.
that's the truth.
Yes. However, you can flow downstream south to north, but you can use the winds like for a sailboat to blow you back south. It's weird to say, but
I gotcha. That's kind of cool.
so you use the wind down and you use the current north.
Up.
So not a lot of paddling, not a lot of
Yeah, you're just going with
you're
the
just
flow.
going with the flow.
Okay.
It's good
Literally.
stuff. Yeah.
So Nile, so that's good.
Let me go back to my notes here. Ancient Egyptian civilization lasted from 3000 BCE to about 332 BCE. That is almost 4,000 years of like having a civilization that is functional, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, especially before C.
I was watching a video, before C, I was watching a video and it was a guy, he's like, and that's what historians call a long ass time. It's pretty funny.
It is.
It is
4,000
yeah,
years.
Think about
Especially
it.
when you think about our country is like 300 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy. They split the kingdom of ancient Egypt because it's so long. They split it up into three basic parts. The Old Kingdom is from about 2649 to 2152. The Middle Kingdom, these are really hard to remember, 2040 to 1640, and then the New Kingdom is 1550 to 1070. It's hard to remember.
BC, before C.
BC, these are all BC. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some other parts in between, like I know those numbers didn't exactly line up. There's some middle parts, but they're not super important.
Who decided how time works?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know, but
Like, who was just like, all right, C's here now, so we're fucking starting over.
well, I think it has to do with Christianity.
Yeah, with C, but
Yeah.
who
Let's see.
like, when were they just like, all right, you know what?
That's the
for,
day.
For the rest of time now, we're starting time today.
It just
Instead of counting down, we're counting up.
I thought that wasn't C. Zero wasn't when I didn't think zero was when C was born.
No, resurrected.
Yeah, so he was like 26 or something.
I have no clue.
I think that's what it was. He was like
Oh.
in his 20s. Anyway,
We could look it up.
yeah, we're not get off on a tangent, but
The Old Kingdom of Egypt, this is the first kingdom, was ridiculously rich
hell yeah.
cash, get the
because
paper.
they were mainly worried about collecting gold, having enough agriculture. This is also the time period when they started building the pyramids. So it's not like, oh, we're
Are we talking pyramids of Giza?
pyramids of all the pyramids.
All of them.
Most of, if not all the pyramids were in the Old Kingdom.
They were built by the rich.
No, they were not.
You said they were built in the first kingdom, which was rich.
Yes, the first kingdom was very rich in a whole, but they were built by the first kingdom not because of rich people. They were built in the first kingdom because of the way that ancient Egyptian society worked. Pharaohs were considered to be gods. They weren't considered to be people or rulers. They were gods.
What a way to live that would be, huh?
It's crazy.
That'd be
And
sweet.
so the pyramids basically were a way for the gods who lived on Earth, which made sure that the Egyptians' life continued in the way that it did. The pyramids were a way for them to get to the afterlife and then keep taking care of the Egyptians.
Okay.
So the pyramids were basically built as a monument and also a channel to the afterworld so that the Egyptians could continue to not anger the gods and live in peace and harmony and keep the world. That's what they believed.
How's that fucking working out for you, Egypt?
And it worked out for 4,000 years. It's a long ass time.
Not as.
Have they figured out how the fuck they built these big old things?
Oh, they know how they built them.
They
I don't know.
they kind of figured out how they built them. I did a lot of delving into the building.
I watched a whole ass movie on that when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't know how they. I mean, I guess they do kind of know how they built them so well. Like the Great Pyramids of Giza, which is the third wonder of the world, the only wonder still standing today. A little fun fact for you, because there's 7 wonders of the world.
What are the other ones that are not standing?
I think it's Zeus, the Parthenon. I don't know. I'd have to look them all up. I can't remember all their names.
But
there's
what is
one-
that? Isn't the Colosseum one of them?
No.
I thought fucking Taj Mahal.
Nope.
That's a
maybe
wonder.
Ancient Wonder of the World.
Okay.
We're
Alright.
talking something different.
Okay. Gotcha.
There's 14
Still
wonders
standing.
then?
Gotcha.
It's the only ancient wonder of the world still standing.
Okay.
Basically, they like the way that they built them was such a technological advancement because I think it was the third pyramid they ever built was 451 feet tall.
Jesus.
Sheesh.
It held the record for the tallest building created by humans for like 3,000 years. And
Isn't that crazy?
And then another building was built that was taller, and then the fucking top fell off of it. So then it became the tallest building again.
Again?
Yeah.
Damn.
Some Egyptian just went over there with a fucking saw.
Just
Throwing stones
chopped
at
the
it.
steeple off it. Don't get me wrong. It took him a couple tries to get it right. The very first brick building is called the Step Pyramid, and you can look up pictures. We'll probably put one right over my face right here. And it literally just comes up step, step, step. And the reason it's stepped like that is because the rule was that as long as the pharaoh was in power, you had to work on his pyramid or his
Shrine.
shrine. Yeah. So they dug a hole in the ground. It's like fucking 40 feet in the ground. They just chipped out rock and made a huge cavernous tunnel. And then they were like, well, he's still alive and he felt strong, so they kept adding to the top.
I gotcha.
So that's how they started the first pyramid. Then there's the slanted pyramid, because they started to build a pyramid at a 55-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
Started breaking. Started coming over. So they
Too
made
steep?
It was too steep, and they hadn't like figured out how to do it correctly yet.
Gotcha.
So they're still learning, which is pretty crazy.
Just be learning
Just
how to build
learning how to
things
build.
as you go.
Yeah.
As you're going.
Yeah. The way that I saw that the pyramid of Giza was built, first of all, they used like thousands of slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
You disagree?
It's not true.
Why?
They didn't use slaves.
Says who?
I did the research.
What is this on Egypt.com?
No,
They're
brother.
fucking probably some propaganda there.
No, brother.
Who built it?
They had a workforce, but because of their religion and they thought that the pharaoh was a god, they actually had a workforce of like skilled laborers, and they have dug out around the pyramids and found encampments where all the workers slept and stayed, and they had found burial chambers for the workers because they were treated well.
They
Dude.
could have been slaves too.
No, literally, like everything I've been researching says everyone thinks it's slaves. Like Western media says it's slaves because of like movies and stuff, and it's always like a pharaoh like harassing them. Like these pharaohs were revered as gods. These people did it just
Willingly.
willingly, yeah. And they
Well-
and they treated them well.
So what I saw that they did was they basically built like a massive ramp
Yeah,
that surrounded it, and they would have like hundreds of people haul these massive fucking blocks up these ramps to just continually
Yeah.
stack them.
That's so crazy.
and then so they'd build it as they went. They'd completely flatten out. I just covered the mic, but they completely flatten out bedrock to find it like a base for this thing, and they think they dug channels all the way around and filled them with water, so they had a level to go off of to make it completely flat.
It's pretty wild.
It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
we use a level today with like a bubble and some lines. These dudes were digging channels and using the level of water as a level. It's crazy.
That's cool.
And
resourceful as fuck.
the Great Pyramids of Giza, each point is facing true north.
Each point.
Like not point. Each face of the pyramid, if you look at a compass, it's true north, true east, true south, true west.
Oh shit.
So they think what they did was they created like a half wall and watched the stars come up, and they would mark where the stars came up and where they went down, and then they'd measure halfway to that point, and that was the first line that they used to mark out the pyramid. Like pretty crazy.
That's smart.
Insane.
Yeah, pretty
that's insane.
crazy like things to think of when you're just trying to make a fucking pile of rocks.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
Pretty insane.
That's cool.
What else you got?
Do you guys know who King Tut is?
I've heard of him.
Do you know how old he was when he died?
He was like 18, right?
Yeah, he was
17,
young.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was young.
Do you know why he's famous?
Isn't he fucking around with his sister?
No, that was pretty popular to do. Pharaohs would marry their blood sister.
Yeah, and
to
all
keep
these gods would come out all like dilapidated.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah, no, serious.
Yeah.
But the only reason he's famous is because he was the last mummy that they found, and all the other ones were grave robbed. So he became the most famous because it was the only one we have to preserve.
Oh shit.
Oh
That's
shit.
the only reason he's famous.
Damn.
Some fucking
some British guy.
17-year-old fucking little rich spoiled kid.
Maybe, you never know.
I mean, right?
Leader of Egypt for a little bit,
Isn't that
at least 2
crazy?
years.
Like 16 and
Yeah.
you're just the god of
You're
the
the man.
country. No,
Yeah.
you're the boy.
You're the boy. Yeah, you're the boy god.
What else did I have? Do you know, like, have you seen pictures of the? Should we show a picture of like the pyramids now? They're all kind of scraggly and
Yeah, snap your fingers. I did see pictures of them. They're kind of fucked
they're
up.
kind of scraggly, right? So I guess what happened was they would encase the whole outside in smooth granite or smooth limestone. I'm sorry, limestone is white. Smooth limestone, and they'd use copper chisels to smooth it out and all that stuff.
Okay.
And that's what the original pyramids look like. So they're saying when they were originally built, you couldn't even look at the things because it reflected so much light.
Oh shit.
Like they were like, it looked like first snowfall, bright light.
That's really cool.
But I guess through like pillaging and like I said with the King Tut thing, people have gone in and just stolen everything because there's a lot of gold and shit that they put in there.
Yeah.
A lot of thievery is not something that hasn't happened to them. That was fucked up. But
I wonder when all that took place. I wonder if like after a couple hundred years, people are like, man, fuck those old people. Just go take all their gold.
Just get really rich from them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it was like fuck those old people or just kind of like, hey, we really need
Hey, we're
some
poor
money,
and we
yeah.
want to not be poor anymore.
and we know where there's some gold. If we just break this wall down, we'll get a bunch.
I wonder
of gold.
how big of a phenomenon grave digging is in the United States. I know it exists.
That's a good point.
I wonder. 'cause
How many
people-
valuable items are in graves?
You go to like a big grave, people get buried with like rings and fucking
Yeah, that's a good point.
expensive shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't
An
know.
hour of digging for a couple $1,000s worth of jewelry. That's not bad.
It's pretty good pay.
Not that we endorse grave digging.
What are you doing after
Hey,
this?
what-
Yeah, I got the flashlight.
all right. So is that our a wrap on some brief history?
That's pretty much it. I went off
liked
on a
it.
tangent on the pyramids. I really like them.
Shit.
It's pretty cool how they were built.
That's really impressive how they were built.
It's amazing how much because they didn't get the rock right where the pyramids happened. They had to get it from a mine somewhere else. So that's why the Nile was such a big help because they could ship everything in on boats.
So I did when we talked about Belgium. Wait,
Clap it up for Tom.
when I talked about Belgium, I kind of did politics and culture.
Yes.
So I think politics is sort of an indication of culture in many respects.
I would agree.
So I did a bit of the same here. I talked about some current and last 20-year politics and some culture bits as well.
Let's hear it.
So the fact that they have such a long history, they have very rich cultural heritage. So the interesting thing about Egypt is that it's part of both like Mediterranean culture, Middle Eastern culture, and North African culture. So it's technically part of, like, it's on the continent of Africa, but it's almost thought of more as like part of the Middle East.
It's like a gateway between both, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it also sits right on the Mediterranean,
yeah.
which is
Yep.
pretty cool. So change your next flight from Ibiza
Ibiza.
and go hit the shores of Egypt.
Got some good spots coming up.
So initially, Egypt was like predominantly Christian, and then over time, it was, I don't know how to say this word. I think it's Islamized.
Okay.
It's basically like
Like it turned into Islam. Is
yeah,
that what you're
right.
saying?
So-
Islamized.
that's what I got right here. So
Sounds
it
right.
did turn into a Islamic culture. It says in the 7th century, so 600s,
600s.
right?
600s, yeah.
It turned into
AC,
it,
after C.
yeah, after C.
After C, yeah.
And it remains predominantly Sunni Muslim today, even though they have a fairly large Christian minority. So officially the government says like between 10 and 15% is Christian. The real reports are that it's closer to 25%.
Really?
Which
Wow,
is
almost a quarter,
interesting, but it's interesting that the government would put out like false numbers on that. The Christians are not really treated all that well in the country currently. It's not like outwardly like written by the government racist against
Right.
them, but like they're not treated well by the other citizens. They're not treated well by non-Christians.
Damn.
Like backhanded comments
Yeah.
and like things like that. They're just not. They're treated like a second class of citizens. So their current government, it's a semi-presidential republic.
What the hell?
And has been but
that means.
I don't either.
so and it's strange. I'd have to look more into the semi-presidential. But from what I did read on it, it was like they have a president, but then they also have a prime minister,
Oh,
and the
kinda
prime
like
minister works with similar. Kind of reminds me
like
of
a King
Belgium.
England.
Yeah,
That's what I was
similar to
gonna
that.
say.
But while they claim to be like more of a free society, it's thought of more like by people outside of the country. It's thought of by watchdogs, they're called, as more of an authoritarian government. So like more of a regime. Like they don't really have as much freedom as they lead on.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
And yeah, they've had like consistent problematic human rights records too. So like a lot of human rights issues.
Damn.
I find it not such nice stuff about the country. we're
I
looking
know,
into.
and this
They're
it
finding
gets
the truth.
Yeah, I
it
guess
gets crazy.
Oh god.
Yeah. So
Strap in.
This is page 1 of his notes, by the way.
yeah, there was a wave of public discontent with the autocratic kind of behaviors of the Muslim Brotherhood government. So there's a group called the Muslim Brotherhood, which is like
It sounds super like freedom and presidential, and sounds like
not freedom.
I know it
Anti-freedom,
Really
like-
sounds like one class of citizen is allowed.
Yeah, so there's a Muslim Brotherhood that's like a group. I don't want to speak too much on the Muslim Brotherhood because I'm just not going to claim to know that much about it. But it was basically a group that came to power in Egypt with President Mohamed Morsi in, I believe it was 2012. And then
Oh,
the
shit.
general of but autocratic, meaning like they were basically like dictator, like it was
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
like a dictatorship
One-
that just
one
did whatever
guy
they
in
want.
charge,
Yeah.
yeah.
Focus on
Yeah.
themselves and didn't give a fuck about anyone else. So then the general of the army, this guy Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, he is now the current president. In 2013, I believe, he announced the removal of this guy Morsi from office. It's basically just removed him and then suspended the Constitution so that they could basically rewrite like their
Damn.
entire
He really took over.
He just
Yeah.
put martial law into effect.
Well, and in my mind, it's almost like it goes back to the like who's feeding who bullshit. Like this guy, like we're gonna remove this guy because he's a dictator, but then I'm immediately just gonna freeze the Constitution and put in what
My
I
rules,
think is
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like a common theme. It seems like in Egypt a little bit.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
So the Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood was legalized in 2011, just before that guy came into presidency, Morsi. And then in 2012, the following year, their candidate, Morsi, became the first president to gain power through an election. So he was elected to become president. I'm sure there was some corruption there. They're rated like 120 out of 170 on the corruption scale, like out of the
wow.
country. So they're a super corrupt country. And 1 year after that, there was massive unrest, protests. So maybe the election wasn't as true as they said, and he was overthrown by the military. This
Okay,
new
that's what I was
president,
gonna ask.
and placed under house arrest. Then the group, the Muslim Brotherhood, was banned in Egypt and declared a terrorist organization.
Holy shit.
All within the span of like 2 years.
Wow.
So now this new group that took over with their military leader, the Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, or Sisi, whatever, probably Sisi, right? He took over.
Right.
He took over and basically declared them as a terrorist organization. So another thing I found interesting is that 99.7% of the population are Egyptian nationals. So like very few immigrants.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like 99.7.
Kind of like China.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then of that 99.7, the vast majority are Muslim and follow the Islamic law,
Yeah.
which basically like they claim to be this free democratic. Now I don't know about democratic, but they claim to be this this place that offers freedom, but they put like super repressive laws in place. Like you can't, like they say there's freedom of speech and freedom of media, but there's a law in place that if you speak out against the Islamic whatever, that's considered like a terrorist act. So like they have these laws in place that basically prevent you from like actually being free.
And are these laws the ones that the new leader put in place
Yes.
after they took over the
yeah,
Brotherhood?
these are new. A lot of these are like since the
Gotcha.
Constitution's been rewritten.
Damn.
Yeah. So there was in a 2010 survey, 84% of Egyptians supported the death penalty for those who leave Islam.
What?
So if you leave Islam, 85% of the country believes you should get the death penalty.
Wow.
So very, very, very like strict Islamic faith.
Yeah.
77 supported whippings and cutting off of hands for theft and robbery. 77%.
Jeez Louise.
And
Eye for an eye.
82% Hammurabi. 82% supported stoning a person who commits adultery. Stoning. Tom's like, I can get in on that.
No, I mean, like, that's just so primitive. Everything's primitive.
Well, it's crazy the percentages too.
I know.
Like, I guess how much can you really trust these numbers?
I don't know, yeah.
They also don't disclose their
Sources?
no, they don't disclose the country of Egypt doesn't
yeah.
disclose how many people they actually put to death every year. They don't disclose
Keep
it.
that under wraps.
Yeah. They're not supposed to, but they keep it under wraps.
That's fucking scary.
yeah.
It's not, makes me
So
not want to
Christians
go there.
face discrimination at multiple levels of the government. They are underrepresented in the government ministries. There are also laws that limit their ability to build or repair their own churches. Their intolerance. There's also another group called Baha'i Faith, I believe, or something of that nature. We could put the name up, but they basically believe in like teaching all religions and like sort of like a unitary religion that involves like components of all religion.
Yeah.
It seems like a relatively peaceful
Sounds
place,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
So those people, they're like completely intolerant towards that faith. Like they do not like those people at all. And
Not surprised.
Yeah. That's,
so there was so when they moved to computerized identification cards, those Bahatis or whatever they are, they weren't allowed to obtain these identification cards. They ruled it wasn't until 2008 that they ruled that members of other faiths can obtain identity cards without listing their faith.
Wow.
So like up until 2008,
sounds a little like Germany.
you had to either lie about your faith, or you basically had to like say that you didn't, like you either had to say that you weren't a member of that faith or that you didn't believe in it,
Or else
that you
you're
believed in
completely
it.
fucked.
You just couldn't get identification.
Yeah.
in
And
the
then you
country.
probably get reprimanded
Yeah.
on the down low.
Also, I don't think I put this in here, but that Bahati, whatever faith it is, they had like shooting in one of their churches that killed like 350 people.
Damn.
Yeah.
350
It was like
people?
over 300 people.
Holy shit, how big
Yeah.
was church?
Must have been
How
big.
How big was
There was
church?
like 30 gunmen.
Oh, wow.
So it was a whole like crew that rolled up in there. Yeah.
Jeez, that's
No
Seems,
bueno.
terrible.
seems planned.
Yeah, definitely. So the clashes continued between supporters and that Morsi guy when he was still in office. When he was in office, there were those violent clashes ensued in through, I don't know if this was single day or throughout that period, 595 protesters were killed.
Just for protesting?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Think about that here. Like, if you were to say like 500 protesters got arrested,
Yeah.
it would be like
Oh,
mayhem.
would
Front
freak
page.
out.
595 protesters killed.
I'd probably freak out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
that'd be
shit.
You're
terrifying.
allowed to protest.
They actively practice. So Egypt, we're not a lot of positive here. I have a couple positives towards the end, but Egypt actively practices capital punishment, so death
Yeah.
penalty.
Yeah.
As I said, they don't release their figures on death sentences and executions, despite multiple requests by different human rights organizations. They just won't release the numbers. So they express deep alarm after, in a single day, 529 people were sentenced to death in 2014. So this was after the
Jesus.
this was after the new guy took over.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the majority of these people were people that were part of the Muslim Brotherhood, the one that they banned and deemed a
So it's
terrorist
kinda clearing them
organization.
out,
So they
yeah.
were just saying like, well, these are
Jesus.
technically terrorists now
Yeah.
because they're deemed a terrorist organization. So they sentenced 530 of them to death on a single day.
Is this guy still in charge?
Yeah, he's still the president now.
Wow.
The new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new guy's still the president.
Initially, when you were talking about the new guy, it sounded like it was gonna be a turn for the better, but it doesn't.
Well, so I think that's
don't
like the
know.
image that he's trying to portray to like the people of Egypt.
Yeah.
But like from an outsider's perspective, it seems like it's just a different type of repression.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like not repressed, it's just a different type.
Yeah.
Spun in a way that's like, well, this is for the Sunni Muslim, like this is for the betterment of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it seems
Very
like.
patriotic, like.
And he tries to, like I
Egyptians
said, they
only,
try to
yeah.
say like freedom of press is a thing. It's just not. So Reporters Without Borders, which is a group that like handles like free press incidents,
Yeah.
they ranked Egypt as 160 out of 180 nations for freedom of press.
No shit.
There was 18 journalists that were imprisoned in Egypt in 2015.
Jesus.
A new anti-terror law was enacted in Egypt that threatens members of the media with fines ranging from 25 to 60,000 US for distribution of wrong information on acts of terror inside the country that, quote, differ from official declarations of the Egyptian Department of Defense.
So pretty much, if you say anything that goes against
The government, you can either be fined, put in jail, or put to death.
Jesus,
Like steep.
Authoritarianism.
Yeah, it's crazy.
wow,
Right. And this new non-authoritarian regime.
Yeah.
You got any good positive parts about Egypt?
We're getting there.
I really like the pyramids, what they did there. But,
Another fucking crazy, not positive fact: the illiteracy rate amongst people over
Yikes.
60 years old is estimated at 65%.
Illiterate.
65% of people over the age of 60 are estimated to
60,
be
yeah.
illiterate.
education is not
That's
a
Just
crazy.
priority.
can't read and write. That's fucking crazy. Education is supposed to not be fantastic. Healthcare also, only half of the citizens have health insurance. So there's like 70 million people, only half of them have health insurance.
So what do they do?
Die.
Jesus Christ.
Or go to another country that will offer
Yeah.
like more affordable healthcare. This is probably the most startling fact of them all. This was back in 2008 too, so maybe times have changed a little bit. But according to the World Health Organization, in 2008, an estimated 91.1%, 91.1% of Egypt's girls and women between ages 15 and 49
Oh, God.
have been subject to genital mutilation. Essentially like a female circumcision where they cut off like parts of the thing.
So they can't so they can't have satisfaction, right? Isn't that what it
91,
is?
I believe it's something to do with that, but
That's horrible.
91.1%.
Horrible.
That's wild.
And that's a huge like range.
15
of
to
ages.
49. It's
Yeah.
not like an older generation
yeah,
where
yeah.
it used to happen.
Yeah.
They
15
still do it,
to
yeah.
49.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah,
Gross.
that's wild.
That's the craziest stat I read on everything.
Oh God, I hope
Yeah.
fucking so. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So on some positive notes, Egypt is often considered home of the belly dance.
I wasn't too positive. You read that to me earlier. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good one. And now I'm just like disgusted.
It's pretty crazy.
I don't even want to go.
It's pretty crazy. There was also there was bombings of like tour buses outside the pyramids. It's a pretty crazy place to be.
I watched a YouTube video. The number of people who try to scam tourists outside the pyramids is like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'll get into
Apparently
that a little
though,
bit.
like
Yeah.
apparently
It's a
though,
good
like the
call-out.
majority
Sorry.
of the
No, it's
people, like the actual people, are pretty like warm and welcoming people. But you have these like extremists
Yeah.
and
The people in
and the
power are
government,
not-
yeah,
yeah.
the people in power who are like just like out
Over
of
the top,
control,
yeah.
out of the exactly. You threw me off with that over the top.
I didn't know what else to say.
So they were, though, because of their like storied history, they are recognized as the cultural trendsetter of the Arabic speaking world. So even like modern day Arabic and Middle Eastern culture is heavily influenced by Egyptian literature, Egyptian music, Egyptian film and television. They were one of the first major civilizations to codify design elements in art and architecture. So like not just
makes
like
sense.
here's a square building.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they would add designs, they would add color. Like they were one of the first to ever do that. One of the ways they did that, hold on. One of the ways they did
Bring that
that,
back. Give me
there's a thing called Egyptian blue, which is calcium copper silicate.
Yes.
That is a
Nerd.
pigment used by Egyptians for thousands of years. It's considered to be the first synthetic pigment, like
Yes.
man-made color, which I think is
That's-
kind of cool.
that is cool.
So like if you look at the old like drawings on the walls of caves and shit, there's like little bluish hues in some of it. That's the Egyptian blue.
They also used it for makeup on their eyes. In ancient Egypt, I'm serious.
Also,
They
another
did.
thing that they did with the pyramids, I saw a viral video. This dude who was skydiving,
Yes.
and he had a parachute, and he was going down by the pyramids. Did
He
you see
touched the
this?
top of
He
it?
like ran kind of across it.
Yeah.
But so he got in a lot of fucking trouble for that, by the way, because you're
believe
not
it.
supposed to go on
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
But
you're not.
also on the top, there was a bunch of different designs and stuff like that in the stone. It wasn't just like plain stone.
Oh,
There was
yeah,
a
yeah,
dude
yeah.
that climbed him. Like he just showed
Yeah.
up there and climbed him. Yeah. Anyway, people are assholes.
Yeah.
They were also
Don't
the
touch
first.
the pyramids.
They were also the first culture to develop literature as we know it today.
Literature?
In other words, like they created books.
Hmm.
And so local Christians will tell you that there's definitely prejudice against Christians, regardless of what the official policy is. But this is cultural, not religious, because if you were to go to like a Muslim clergyman or like a religious leader, like they would be totally accepting of Christians. It's completely like
Oh,
a
I see.
cultural stigma.
Oh, it's the people, it's not the church.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
But they get their directives from
Yeah,
leaders of
yeah,
church.
yeah,
It's all kind of convoluted.
all a thing.
But if you're looking for something fun to do while you're in Europe or while you're in Egypt, something big that they do, like just like people that are from there that are hanging out, they'll go to cafes. They're not cafes like Western cafes or even European cafes. They're places where you go and hang out, smoke shisha. So they get in on the hookah pipe.
The hookah.
They drink Turkish coffee.
what's-
They'll go out and smoke shisha all night and drink coffee like at all hours of the day.
What's Turkish coffee?
Turkish coffee, which is called Arabic coffee in some parts of the world, which they call awe.
Is that
all I
correct?
have.
They
on
cook that's the type of coffee I believe where they have it on the sand
I love that.
and
I love
and
watching
it
them
bubbles
do
up.
it and it
I don't
boils.
understand how that works at all. It's just hot sand. The shit's already
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, they put a
The
little bit
coffee's
in
already
the,
in there?
they put a little on the bottom and then it just boils and then they pour a little out and then they let it boil again and they pour a little out.
I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
I
So
believe.
that's
Love those videos.
that's what I have. Similar to
Really
I
cool.
want one.
similar to
Need a hotter sand guy.
similar to
know.
Belgium. A lot of negative stuff in there, but maybe they just have a lot of negative stuff going on.
I mean, we're getting to the truth. That's what
gotta-
we're seeking.
I think we gotta pick a more positive country.
That's what I'm saying though. I
Maybe
feel like
there's not one.
I
That's
feel
what
like
I'm
there's
saying.
a lot of shit going
that's
on.
what I'm saying.
A lot of shit people don't know about.
That's what I'm saying.
And also, we didn't say this in the disclaimer in the beginning. We also don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah,
we're
no,
just
we have
doing
no idea what we're
research.
talking
So
about.
take
we're
it
not
as you will.
teachers. We're not teachers.
But
and we
all
did
the-
online research.
Yes, all the stuff that we're stating are from sources that are online, and we know those have to be true.
yeah,
But
Gotta
they're
be.
pretty much credited sources, at least the ones that
Most
I
of them.
reference.
Wikipedia is a good website.
Wikipedia.
All right,
Not everyone can just
clap
go
it
on
up.
and change it.
Culture, politics.
Great job.
Good job.
That was good.
Thank you.
All right, so after that, I don't know if I want to go. But if I were to
Why
go,
you're gonna tell? You don't know
He's
if you want to
gotta-
literally
yeah,
go.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
literally want to go there. But I got some stops. I got 1, 2,
Is Egypt still above Belgium for
4
you?
stops.
I just want to see the pyramids, man. I just
The
want to see
pyramids
Just
it.
get a
are sick.
picture of them.
You can't see it. You got to look at it in real life. The pictures don't do it justice. They look tiny.
Do
in
a
the
helicopter flyby and then get out of there.
pictures. Easy. Easy.
Yeah.
All right, so
Joe Biden, give me a Black Hawk.
What are we doing? What are
leg
we
up
doing?
down.
Yeah.
Before you go to Egypt, you need a.
It's like, in the 30s there was a black. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sounds just like him. You need a tourist visa to visit Egypt, so that's going to cost you 25 USD. You can apply advance online, so make sure you get that before you try to get
You
on.
need a tourist visa through whom?
When you get to the border, through
This is if
Egypt.
you're a U.S. citizen.
yes,
Like $25 US or $2,500 US.
25 US dollars.
Wow.
The
Not bad, right? Like a little
No,
tax.
that's not bad.
Little tourist tax.
Filippo cheapy cheap.
so the currency translation:
What?
1 Egyptian pound
Yes.
is equal to 0.052 USD.
So 50 cents. No, 5 cents.
5 cents.
That's what I saw one of the things that said that there's a lot of beggars, like little kids will beg outside of places, and they're usually asking for $1 EGP, which is equivalent to 5 cents.
So if you hand them $1, they're rich, basically.
I mean, they got candy for a couple weeks.
That's $20.
Yeah. Of their,
20 Egyptian pounds.
Yeah.
I take it.
Me too.
So the first stop is going to be at Cairo International Airport.
That's
Yes.
where we're flying into.
That's right here. We're flying into there. So we're landing there at the Star, fellas. We'll put a picture up of this puppy. So that's where the modern capital is. I almost sounded like I said capitalist. That's where the modern capital is.
It did kind of sound like that.
This is where the pyramids of Giza are, of course.
Yes.
This is where we want to go.
The third ancient wonder of
100%.
the world.
They're in Cairo or they're in Giza?
They're in Giza, which is just next to Cairo. But if you go to Cairo, you're going there.
Gotcha.
So the 3 pyramids, I have the names here. Menkaure
It's.
is the smallest.
I think you're thinking of the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
You know what? Yes, I spelled these wrong.
We're going to take that bitch down the Nile. Or up the Nile.
Up the Nile. Turn around and fucking put them sails out.
Yeah.
We're going north, baby. Pyramid of Khafre, the second largest, and then the Great Pyramid of Giza, obviously.
Yes.
So that's obviously where I want to go. We were talking about the beggars and scammers and stuff like that. So what they will do there is people like offer you a ride on the camel or whatever,
I
and
might just say yeah.
but if you say yeah, they'll say you one price and then they'll take you a little extra or say they took you extra, and then when you're done they'll be like, all right, you owe me this much money, and they like won't like take no for an answer.
They just fucking beat their ass. Yeah,
sock 'em.
what?
I mean,
Rock'em sock'em robots.
If you're not trying to
I
get
don't
in a
wanna-
fight-
I also don't want to
fist
get
fight.
sentenced to death for trying
Yeah.
to beat somebody.
I'll literally
Beat up
just
a
take
native.
whatever the original agreed upon price was, put it on the ground, and walk away.
that is an option, but just so you know, that is there.
Yeah.
One thing you
I
can
heard
do-
that too.
Yeah.
I watched a video on that. Never like accept the camel rides.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never accept anything that's handed to you.
Yes.
Or if you do accept the camera rides, you say, this is how much I'm going to spend. Like, don't take me anywhere else. And apparently that helped this one tourist out. Another thing that they do is they'll walk up to you and say, oh, like, where are you trying to go to? And you'll say, I'm trying to go to this pyramid or whatever. And they'll say, oh, you go that way. And it's actually the wrong way. And then they come back around and try to pick you up. So they double dip. And they fuck you over, and then they try to get money off you. So pretty much what you do is you say, if you keep bothering me, I'm going to get the tourism police. And apparently that's like, they run when they hear that.
They don't like
the
tourism
tourist police or
yeah.
whatever. So that's that. Another place near there is the Sphinx, which
Yes.
I want to see more, I think, than the Great
What?
Pyramids.
Its nose is gone.
I know, but it looks so cool. You know the Sphinx.
Sphinx looks sweet.
That's
I mean,
nearby.
that's right there.
It's right next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right nearby.
Do you know what the Sphinx is?
Lion's body and human's head.
And Falcon's wings.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Big facts.
cool.
The Egyptians thought animals were sacred.
Well, it's been looming for thousands of years over Giza, and now guarding the only remaining wonder of the ancient world. So it must be the ancient world, which you were talking about.
Yes, the third ancient.
Cool.
Yeah, thing. Yeah.
There's also Old Cairo, which is in Cairo. There's a bunch of. It looks pretty. I mean, probably not the safest, maybe, based on what you had explained.
Looks pretty cool.
I wanna try
It looks.
some of
It
the
definitely
food.
looks cool. They have a bunch of churches and mosques and stuff like that, which
Cool.
would be kind of cool to check out. So the next stop
Gotta be
is
good look, like beautiful, right?
What?
Alexandria.
Old
Some churches. And
Oh,
some
yeah.
old stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Alexandria, whatever.
Yes.
Well, also I forgot to say this earlier. So you know how I was saying Belgium, all the stops are like pretty close by.
Yeah.
That is not the case here.
Egypt is huge.
Egypt is fucking massive.
How do you get from
how
Cairo?
we-
What's the
how we
best way to
get-
get from Cairo to Alexandria?
So this is the closest distance between places. This is a 3-hour car ride, which isn't bad.
So you have to rent a car.
Yeah.
Or
get a
bus
They have
or-
a bus or
Bus,
taxi
yeah.
or whatever.
I don't know if I trust bus in Egypt. I feel like I'd
Yeah.
rather rent a
Appa-
car and
the,
be in
person
control.
the person actually like was looking up talking about this, said that the buses are like apparently a shit show, like not to do it.
No, thank you.
So there's also flights. It's like $50 one way,
I would
but
do
she's
that.
like, I don't think it would
Yeah.
be worth it. I don't know. That's what she said. I think I'd probably, I don't know. I might take the drive, see the sights.
Yeah, sure.
Sand that way, sand that way.
Not very many sights.
The Nile right down the middle.
Yeah.
All right. So Alexandria is Egypt's city port. It was founded by Alexander the Great
Yes.
in 331 B.
Before
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 C?
C.
Yeah.
He came just before C?
I guess so.
The Egyptians. I was actually going to get to that. The Egyptians ran into Alexander the Great, the Romans, the Persians. They ran into a whole bunch of people
What
Trying-
did they do to him?
trying to fight him to take the land and stuff. Because they, in that third
They
period,
couldn't beat the Romans.
No, I
Not
think
many
that's
could.
about when they
Come on.
ended.
Yeah.
I think they
Romans were
collapsed.
Like, all right.
Cut it out.
See this fucking piece of grass in my hair?
We painted it red.
So it's known as the crossroads of the world. Some places to see. So previously there was a library called Library of Alexandria. It used to be the largest library in the world. but it was reduced to ashes after a great fire by Julius Caesar.
What the fuck, Julius?
That's
Yeah.
the guy with the
Piece
head,
of
the
shit.
piece of green in his hair I was
What a
talking
dick.
about.
Yeah, that's the guy. So you could visit the library. You
No
can
wonder Brutus fucking stabbed him.
What a dick.
You could visit the ruins in 246 BC before C. There was 400,000 scrolls in the library, which is a shit ton
Yeah.
for that time period, especially
400,000, you
1,000
said?
scrolls,
Holy fuck.
and it burnt to a crisp.
I think that's my least favorite part about learning about history is learning all the times when people tried to erase history.
Yeah, and
What the
succeeded in some cases
Yeah.
like this. Alexandria decided to honor its ancient
what I'm saying?
library. They built a new library. I think I'm
Oh
having
my
a stroke.
God.
Library, the
Alright.
biblioteca, and this is what it looks like. It looks pretty cool.
Holy shit.
So it's
That
super
does look
sweet.
Is that it
Great.
there?
Yeah, that's the inside.
Is
and
that
that's
it
the
there?
outside.
It looks like
Yeah.
it looks like a sewer lid fucking flipping over. You gotta right there.
Is that the largest one in the world?
Not anymore.
Did you know that
Fun fact.
one of the most beautiful libraries, in my humble opinion, is in Dublin? It's at
Dublin?
the one
It's
of the
not even a
college,
fact. This
one of the colleges in Dublin. No, there is a fact
This
associated.
is an opinion.
No, the opinion is that it's the most beautiful.
In Dublin.
My fact is that they have. Oh, this might be a Yale.
Ooh.
I think it's a Yale.
Yale, New
One of
Haven?
either Yale or this place in
I
Dublin.
was between the two.
Because I was thinking about it. Either way, there's one of the two of them has their fucking library is designed in a way that if the place lights on fire, oxygen is fed to the books so that everyone else will burn of terrible death, and the books will be fine.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry.
Well, if we're doing library facts, there was a architect who built a library for UConn back in like the 60s or 70s or something like that.
Yes.
He fucked up, so he anticipated the weight of the structure to be X amount, so he built around that. He didn't compensate
for
for
the
the books, and so the whole thing, like with all the books and everything in there, just
Sounds like the second pyramid they built.
Tom, what's your library fact for us?
we need one.
Man, I don't got a library fact.
Do you ever have a library card?
Yes. I'm a big fan of the Dewey Decimal System.
I bet you
I
are.
fucking love
I believe that.
I love it.
I'm not surprised.
Fucking love
4.27.
it.
He's
Turn
probably
that
just
shit into
he probably would
numbers.
just go to the library and find books for people.
Yeah, fiction, nonfiction. They
Tell
all
me
got
what
their
you
own
want.
numbers.
All right, go ahead.
That's a great system.
All right, next stop. We got two
Good
more
job,
stops
Dewey.
in Alexandria. The Citadel of Kate Bay, 5th century fort on the edge of the Mediterranean Sea. That's what it looks like. Looks pretty cool. We got a picture up. Thank you, Tom. It's located on Pharaoh's Island.
Hey,
It lies on top of the exact location where the lighthouse of Alexandria was built. So that's another thing that
That's
was in
another-
Alexandria
that's
that
another-
got fucked up.
that's another ancient wonder of the world.
Is it?
Yes, it's
Oh.
I think it's the third or no, the fourth.
They
the
can't all
fifth?
be the third.
No, the pyramids of Giza. They're the third.
Oh, well, yeah. It says one of the ancient wonders of the world.
The next sentence.
It was used to defend Egypt against the Turks in the Ottoman Empire. So this lighthouse, by
You know
the
what?
way,
I'm gonna look it up.
that
'cause you
went
guys keep
down.
shitting
When
on
do you
my-
think we're gonna get fucked? Because right now we're the most powerful country in the world. But like all these things, Roman Empire was for a while.
know.
Ottoman Empire was for a while.
once the next Napoleon
Persian-
comes about,
yeah,
we're
for
fucked.
real. Whenever the next short Frenchman is born.
All right, last stop while Tom looks that up. There is sort of like a boardwalk kind of thing there, and that's where you can get the coffee that you were talking about and other shit like that. They have different markets.
the
and it's right in
cafes.
the
We're
water.
still in Alexandria.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's known for it's like kind of like a low key area, so not very many tourists are there apparently.
So
people
that's
don't
all
bother you.
we're doing is Cairo and Alexandria.
Oh, no.
Oh, you said the last stop.
In Alexandria.
Okay.
God damn, I have one other thing here. The Cecil Hotel, really famous hotel. Winston Churchill stayed there.
Let me see.
So if I'm staying in
What do you care
Alexandria,
about that
I
fucking
want to stay
fat
here.
British guy for?
He won World War II. Thank you.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
You ever heard of fucking FDR?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
You ever
won
heard
it.
of Winston Churchill?
Yeah, Winston Churchill fucking rode on FDR's coattails.
All right, next stop.
No, let's get into that.
All right, we're talking World War II. Next stop is in Dahab, Dahab.
Okay, I like that pronunciation.
So this distance,
Do you want the wonders?
yeah,
The 7 wonders of the ancient world?
yes.
The
Read them
light-
as fast as you can.
The Lighthouse of Alexandria, the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the Mausoleum at...
Let me read.
I can't. I think it's an H, but Halicarnassus. Halicarnassus.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it is an H. Halicarnassus.
Halicarnassus.
Halitosis.
The statue of Zeus at Olympia, the Temple of Artemis, the Colossus of Rhodes.
Where's the Zeus
The Colossus
one?
of Clout.
At Olympia.
Let me see.
Sure. It's destroyed now.
What?
I told you the pyramids are the only one.
But what happened to the one of Zeus?
I don't know. I want to go see it kind of now.
Yeah, me too.
Well, if it's destroyed, you can't.
The Temple of Artemis is gone too,
Yes.
and the Colossus of Rhodes.
Yes.
The Colossus of
one.
Clout?
There's only one there that they don't know if actually existed. and
Which
it's,
one?
Sandlot.
The
The
Hanging
The
Gardens of
Hanging
Babylon.
Gardens of
I
Babylon.
knew it.
Babylonia.
I want to know what the deal is with.
Keep interrupting you.
It's okay.
I want to
This is
know what
important.
the statue of Zeus was all about. Let's find that one.
All right, I got it.
All right. Next stop is Dahab. 5-hour flight.
Where? South, west,
Southeast. We're going from here to
Alexandria.
Dahab.
That's a 5-hour flight.
Yes.
Holy fuck!
What are they flying on? A fucking pigeon?
5-hour flight.
The map we're looking at.
That is not a 5-hour.
That's what I
flight.
said. That's what it said. Between getting from the bus, it also includes a bus. So the transportation time.
Oh,
Well, either way, to get from point A to point B, it's going to take you at least 5 hours, which sucks.
all right. So we got 5 hours. We're in Dahab.
We're in Dahab. Dahab looks fucking sweet. This is the place. It's known for its scuba diving. It's where the blue hole is. I'm sure you've heard of that before.
Mhm.
Very popular dive spot.
Super deep.
Yeah, it's where is it?
It's called the hole.
25 feet. deep.
330 feet deep,
25 feet.
and it's dark blue. Dark blue. Dave Matthews Band. Happy hangout, alternative resort, laid back. So this is sort of my vibe. This place here. It's a little
Alternative
laid back.
resort? Did you say?
Yeah, it's
Camel rides?
happy hangout / alternative resort. I don't know.
Alternate. What's an alternative resort?
We're gonna get belly dancing involved. I think.
All the small things.
There's a camel safari if you want to hop aboard a camel.
Nope.
Fun fact:
I
rode
just
a camel
learned my
once.
lesson about it.
I rode a camel once.
Don't ride the camels.
How was it?
Hurt my balls.
You rode a bareback?
No.
You didn't get a saddle?
I did get a saddle.
Oh, wow.
Did I?
You probably just didn't sit on it
Yeah,
properly.
I did get a saddle. No, I did really hurt my balls. I hurt my groin because my legs were.
Wasn't
so
there a
wide.
funny? There
Hold on.
was some funny story about that, or was the picture just hilarious?
The picture's a great picture of me.
I don't think so.
What
We'll let the people decide.
one hump or two?
I think it had 2.
You were in between humps?
Yeah. Wolf was on the front and I was on the back.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there was a picture of you on a camel by yourself.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I
there's
thought too.
no. I only have a picture of me with holding the camel. You think I look like a sweet boy?
Oh, the holding. That's the one I'm thinking of.
I look great in that picture. Fuck you.
Right here.
Yeah.
We're putting it up again. All right, so camel safari, yada yada yada. It's another place that's good for your spiritualness. They really believe in
Spiritual
that shit there.
cleansing.
Mhm.
What's that?
In that shit.
There's actually a fucking faction. I don't know about faction, but there's a specific like religious term that is used for like it's like Islamic like mysticalness. Basically, I
Your
forget what the
chi?
term is. No, but it's basically the same thing about like your spirit and your fucking chakra. And all that
Apparently, this
nonsense.
Chakra.
place,
not
Dahab,
chakra, but-
is very into this stuff. So keep a eye out for full
About to get
moon retreats
disrespectful again. Show me after, show me
All
after.
right, all right.
to the nearby wadis, where the silence and serenity of the desert help to inspire your inner well-being.
How
That
long do you
honestly
think-
sounds great.
How long do you think you last in the
How
desert?
fucking hot is it?
At night, I'd be fine.
At
At
it's
night it
cold.
gets super cold.
Yeah, I'll buckle up
With what?
with the seatbelt.
The car's got heat.
All right, continue.
All right, last stop, folks.
Yep.
Here's the caboose. So this is 7 hours from Dahab to Luxor. Luxor?
Holy fuck,
Luxor?
by what?
This is in Egypt.
This is in
Luxor?
Egypt. Luxor is down here.
This is a long ride. Flight.
And you have to take a ferry.
Over
Or you could take a flight, but they didn't really have
over
many
the Suez
airports.
Canal.
Yes.
Or
I'd take a
over the
fucking
Salts,
ferry.
the
That'd be
fucking Gulf
sweet.
of the Suez.
The ferry and then the
Did you remember? Didn't someone
Bus
get
would be a
stuck
long
in the
time.
Suez Canal? Like,
Yeah, that fucking big ass
yeah,
container boat.
I ain't taking
I
nothing
don't know
in
what
the
you're
Suez
talking
Canal.
You
Fuck
don't
that.
you didn't hear about that? The boat that got stuck in the Suez Canal
no.
It
it
got,
got
stuck
s-
sideways.
for like a
2 months.
week. No,
Yeah, it was a long time.
not 2 months.
No, probably not.
It was like a week, and it like completely blocked trade for
Yeah.
that whole area.
For the world.
And then like a week later, another boat got stuck. Like
Yeah.
it had never happened. It happened
What?
twice in like 2 weeks.
Would I have less water in it or something?
No,
No,
I
they-
think the
like,
captain
communication broke
had
down,
too much
yeah.
Hennessy or something.
Come Jack Sparrow. All right, last stop.
Gatorade. Great.
Luxor used to be, ever heard of it? The ancient city of Thebes.
No.
You've never heard of it?
I have
You've heard of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
'Cause you're
'cause you did
smart.
research on history.
I did
Oh yeah,
ancient
he's so
Egypt.
smart. What's the most secure prison in the United States? Smart guy.
USS O'Malley. 1570 to 1069 before C. Thebes was the capital of Egypt. Weren't you talking about the capital of Egypt earlier?
Jesus Christ.
Important center to worship the god
Valley, that would have gotten good.
Amun,
Capital of
A-M-U-N.
Ancient Egypt or the capital of Egypt?
It was the capital of Egypt from
that's-
1570 to 1069
Before C or
Before C.
after C?
before C.
Yeah, that was after.
Important center to worship the god Amun, Amun, god of the air.
Yes.
In that time period I referenced, right, roughly, it was the largest city in the world.
Yes.
What
A
was?
lot of firsts.
Thebes?
Yeah.
That 15? 15? Would you say 15?
1570 to 1069 before C.
I was kidding. I had heard of it before.
That was part of the Middle Kingdom,
I had heard of it.
in case you guys were wondering. That's part of the Middle Kingdom.
All right, so there's a temple you can check out. The Karnak Temple looks pretty sweet. Check
Yeah,
it
it
out.
does look pretty sweet.
Boom, boom.
More-
Croc on the table.
More rock buildings.
And a Luxor Temple.
Actually, ancient Egyptians were the first to create
Mummies.
buildings with columns.
Columns?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I just said design. I said that earlier. First,
You
you
weren't
do the
specific
design
enough.
of the building.
Design. Columns.
Last thing
Design.
to mention.
I guess.
There's a mummification museum. Mummification museum. Luxor Temple was dedicated by Ramses II, the Great Builder,
Ramses.
or to Ramses II, the
Is
Great
it Ramses
Builder of
or
ancient
Rasmus?
Egypt.
Ramses.
Holy Jesus! Those are all the stops. There's also an airport from Luxor.
How much traveling did we do in that?
Too much.
Like
Yeah.
probably like 12 hours worth.
You
What
need
more?
you need to be there for a solid 8 to 9 days.
If I were to go,
It's a
I would
big
probably
place.
go to
It's a really
either.
big place.
It is huge. I'd either go to Cairo and then Alexandria, and that's it, or I would go to Dahab and the last one I said.
I think honestly, I think what I would do is I'd fly into Cairo and then I'd fly to Italy and stay there.
get a layover.
Yeah.
A little layover, yeah.
I think that's all the shit.
Eat
I had to
a
say.
little burger.
No, you know what you can do?
in
You
the
can fly into
airport.
Cairo, take a cab past the pyramids, so you don't stop for any reason. You
Yes.
just check them out and then go back to the airport, hop on a flight, Amalfi Coast, Aperol Spritz Beach, hang out.
Man, I'm gonna try and break in and just
To the pyramid?
Observe the pyramids.
You could get there and just just climb the pyramid,
I don't-
and you wouldn't get in trouble till you got down.
I
And then you get in a lot of trouble.
I don't want to get in trouble. I want to figure out how they did it. Be that guy.
How are you gonna do it? Just by looking at it? You'll be like, oh yeah, now I
They
get
know
it.
how they built
know,
it.
you
What do
can
you
learn-
mean? They already know how they built it.
They don't know everything.
They got slaves. They got the
They weren't
ramps.
slaves.
I know.
There's still some places in the pyramids they haven't discovered completely.
You know who
yet.
probably knows?
Lizzie,
Liz.
Lizzie fucking knows.
He's been in every
Yeah.
cavern and
He's been in
canal.
everything.
He
and
knew
he's been
King
around
Tut
for-
personally. Shook his
Yeah.
fucking hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're boys.
shook his
Sick.
hand. He fucking slapped his tail around with him.
Lizard Mill hot sauce.
King Tut had a tail too
Liz-
because of inbreeding.
King Tut had a tail too. That's kind of fire. Like, it's as fiery as the Lizard Mill hot sauce. LizardMill.com, promo code BWG10 for 10% off your order. Peach habanero.
Egyptians aren't the only ones that like to spice their life up.
So does
If-
Lizard Mill.
If you do too,
Try the garlic habanero.
go
It's-
to
3 out of 5 heat level.
Tom.
Where do they go?
Where do they go?
I actually can't remember.
Lizardmill.com.
Well, you knew that.
You
Promo
knew
code
that.
Don't ask me.
BWG10 for 10% off your
I
order.
never do the outrow.
And the out row. Is that how you say it?
Outro. Outrow? I don't know.
You sound like Scooby when he gets like hurt.
I also say colander instead of calendar.
Huh? Those are two different words.
I know that.
Like if you're looking at the thing on the wall where you're with
Colander.
the dates, that's a colander.
No, technically it's a calendar.
I know it's a calendar.
But I say colander
You-
for both.
It's pronounced colander.
See?
Hold on. I'm still on the out row. How do you say that? OUTRO.
Outro.
Have you always said out row?
It's easier. I don't know.
I'm telling you, it sounds like Scooby getting hurt. Instead of rut row, he says
That does kind of.
outrow.
Roro.
Try the other one.
Outro. I said it before.
No, try it
Like Scoops,
Scooby.
we gotta get out of here. Oh, the first part was so good. The first part was good. Let's get out of here.
Wait.
We're all loopy
what
this
would,
afternoon.
What would Seinfeld say to that?
What? Say ow?
Well, no, what would he say back to that impression that you just did?
Hey, I'm Jerry Seinfeld.
What are you doing? All right, that's it. Sayonara. See you.
That was a good
Wait,
one.
wait.
Where are we next year?
We didn't
Next
decide.
year.
Next
That's what we're doing right now.
Oh, we decide now? I thought you
Yeah.
already knew.
No, we decided on
Oh, man.
the end of the last one too. All right, here's what we're gonna do. You know what I just found out yesterday? I'm Portuguese.
How much?
No, you're
No
not.
idea. Yeah, I am. My sister, I said the same thing to my sister. I just called BS, and she was like, "No, like I traced it to Ellis Island, and our family came from the Azores, which are like sweet ass islands off of Portugal.
That's cool.
Literally looks like the Hawaii of Europe. The Azores
Hawaii?
look sweet. So we're not gonna do Portugal because we're getting ready to go there. So I think we should either save it until just before we go or just
Yeah.
after we go. But what I would
think
like
after.
I would like us all to say one nationality that we are, and then we'll spin Stan Dick. What the fuck are you making faces
We're going
for?
to say the same
No,
nationality.
I'll say a
No.
different
You
one.
both have to say different ones.
I'm not 100%.
Yeah, everyone
Italian.
has to say not Italy. How
Okay.
about that?
I have two in mind. Should I go with A or B?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
B.
Okay.
A. No, dude.
Should I say it now?
Do that.
2A. You can do
No,
it.
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna do B.
Wait, are we all saying? We're not saying it at the same time.
No.
Oh, yeah, you go first.
What's your country? This is Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Big secret. Ugh. All right.
French? That's the other one. France?
No. You already did Lithuania. I like that because it's not as popular.
Scotland.
It's Scottish.
Just a very little bit. It's either France, Scotland, Great Britain, or Italy. Not very many.
What about you?
Scotland, and what'd you choose?
You know what I choose.
Lithuania.
I forgot for a minute. Smart ass. Let's just do in between those two.
What is yours going to be?
I don't actually know a lot of them.
Oh.
Like
know some
I
of
know
them?
Italy,
Native American.
Native American, yeah, but that's not really a country,
True.
even though they
Anymore.
should be.
My dad was technically Native American. He used to go to
The
what are those
casino?
called? No. What are those called? Where they have a big
Orgy.
dance and a big party? No.
Well, they do a big
Oh,
dance and a big
Jesus
party.
Christ.
Fucking, I don't know.
I forgot what it's called. He used
Stag.
To go, no. He used to go
What
to
is
like
it?
the reservation and actually like
Do the dances?
do things. Yeah.
He just wanted to do
Did he ever do
ayahuasca.
the
I
thing?
think he was.
He
Part,
just
Yeah.
wanted to do
That's what
ayahuasca.
I was
I think
gonna
he was
ask.
part Native American.
If he was going to the fucking place where all those people were getting down, you should have got in on some of that casino money.
I wasn't there for that.
I'm just saying, you could maybe retroactively try to go and get some
I
casino
don't think
money.
they'd give me shit.
Never
wish they
know.
would.
It's worth
I could
trying.
try.
I'd
yeah.
try.
Look
For
it
that
up.
much money?
I'll look it up.
All right.
You didn't say what.
What?
You're not gonna do.
Well, I really am not like totally positive. I've gotten so many conflicting reports. Forever, my grandmother said we were Irish. Turns out we're not. Forever, my dad thought we were German. Turns out we're not. So I don't
right
know.
now it's Portugal and Italy.
Portugal, Italy. I know there's some British. I know there's some French. So yeah,
You're the same as me.
Yeah.
Plus some Portugal.
I'm like
You're a
big
mutt.
time mutt,
All right.
and I don't even know 25% of me. No idea.
All right.
Yeah. So why don't we
So
just
why
go
don't we do-
between
Why don't we do
Scotland and
Lithuania
Lithuania?
and random?
random means we'll pull up a map and we'll just close our eyes and point.
Yeah.
Okay.
That could be fun anyway.
That
Yeah.
could be fun.
Want to just do that?
Sure.
No, I want Faith to decide. We're doing it.
It's random.
All right. Sweet. All right. Who has
I don't have internet. Tom.
Pawa?
Pawa.
So we're
Want
gonna
like a
do a
world map?
random decision, and we're just gonna go through a map, and I'm gonna close my eyes and just fucking scroll around and
But
pick
if you
something.
close your eyes, my throat kind of hurts.
And if I'm in the water, this guy's fucking COVID again.
Random country generator.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Sudan.
Sudan.
We're doing it.
Sudan
Locked
it is.
in.
We'll see you in Sudan. That's in Africa.
Northeast Africa.
Yeah.
Right next to Egypt.
Is it?
It's pretty
No
close. I
kidding.
See you in Sudan. That sounds like a really interesting movie title.
It's
See you
actually
in Sudan.
south of Egypt.
Maybe like a love story.
That's pretty damn close
Should I
to
hit
Egypt.
Should we do another one then?
Let's do 3, and then we'll do stand.
Oh my God.
Mozambique.
Let's just do
No, we'll
this.
do Sudan.
All right.
We'll do Sudan.
Mozambique.
Sudan. No, stop.
Sudan.
We'll do Sudan,
Sudan.
and then we'll see what happens from there.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you learned about the pyramids.
Sayonara. See you later. Take it easy. Also, we wouldn't have to do all this fucking hoopla at the end if we got some recommendations on some countries.
Hop in the comment sections, throw a like, hit the subscribe button, and have a great fucking day.
Love you.
Take it easy.
Oh, you cut me off before my
No,
thing?
he just stopped.
There it is. My thing was fucking up.
But if you close your eyes...
That was fun.